Dr. Rob Cohen's a Army veteran and USAID whistleblower. He's got an op-ed exposing USAID waste and abuse on foxnews.com. So how does this work? Is it really that much money that goes back to the people running the subcontractors?
Well, I have to say, I want to be careful that this is a classic case where we want to avoid throwing the baby out with the bathwater. USAID does save babies. That said, it does. The studies show that up to 7 million children have been prevented from being born with HIV by giving drugs to HIV-positive mothers while they're giving childbirth. And that's a wonderful thing. That said, there is tremendous waste within the aid industrial complex. This is well known. It's been well documented. And it's probably not unique to USAID. It's probably true across the federal government, in which most contractors charge overhead that is beyond what any reasonable business would consider appropriate. And therefore, the American taxpayer does not get the return on investment that we expect.
Yeah, so we want to save babies from getting AIDS in Africa. And that's still going to happen once they look at everything and get this thing streamlined. But you're a Democrat, and you raised this issue at USAID, and you were punished for that, weren't you?
That's exactly right. So I was elevated to be the acting deputy chief of staff of the Global Health Bureau during COVID, and I immediately observed incredible delay and arrogance on the part of career bureaucrats who I fought and frankly cleaned up their mess. And instead of being appreciative that we avoided an embarrassment, I was retaliated against. I had to sue them under the Whistleblower Protection Act, which is detailed in my op-ed. And then they proceeded to botch 10 times more money. I should add, this was under the career bureaucrats. There were political appointees like our recent assistant administrator, Atul Gawande, who did a good job of streamlining bureaucracy. And that's where there are important programs that I'm concerned are going to be thrown out with a bureaucracy that has grown over 6 decades without enough accountability. There have been efforts to reform it, not successful. And so I hope that this can be an act of creative destruction, which is a good thing, instead of just total destruction, which would be the concern of overreach.
Well, okay, and I'm sure it will be, because no one wants to see dead babies in Africa if it just costs a little bit to save them. We want to save everyone we can, but we have to save people here too. Why aren't Democrats saying, yeah, you caught us, $2 million for sex change surgeries in Guatemala, maybe not the best use of American tax dollars? Why don't they just say that?
You'll have to ask them. What I would say is under Republican administrations, agencies can pivot to support those priorities, and under Democratic administrations like the last one, you would see that